Well, hello there. We have a special treat. It's not too often I get to do a Hall of Fame interview, but you're looking at people that are going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the state of Iowa coming up on Labor Day weekend. And yeah, I guess we're all stoked, right? We're all
Yes,
stoked.
of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. Look at we got
What an
like
honor.
we almost have a room of us right here, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's
because
right.
because Harry, you're heading there with us, right?
I am going to be up there with you.
Awesome.
That is
Great.
just going to be a great feeling. Yeah. So the band Witchhazel is joining me here on stage on Labor Day weekend at Arnold's Park in Okoboji for it's funny, I have a liner on right now about being indicted into the Hall of Fame as opposed to inducted. Um, we all
Nice.
are kind of, you know what? We're all old bad boys.
Yep.
I don't know anything about that, Harry.
That's right. So the band Witchhazel makes up Brent Eveland, Dave Haig, Mark Hessness, Dan Ris, and also Bill Oglesby. And we've got Dave and Bill here joining us here on the show. It's tough to get a whole band together at
Oh
the
yeah.
same time. I'm sure you guys had the same issue. Well, I don't know. Back when you guys were a thing, could you get together okay to practice and stuff, or did you all have all kinds of jobs and stuff that you had to
Nope.
get to?
I'd say we got together all the time then. This was
Right.
except for Mark, who was very busy. For the rest of us, this was kind of our job for a little bit, right when we first started out back in 1990, those first 3 4 years. So yeah,
Yeah.
we got together pretty good then.
So
I think what the key was
Yeah.
for us is we practiced at home to bring our parts to practice, to
Right.
rehearse, and just to tighten it up. So that's
Right.
very important.
Isn't that crazy too? And today we have the technology and tools that you guys can be in your own home and put a song together,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
with
yeah,
AI and everything else. Oh, God. We
yeah.
did it all the old-fashioned way back when we were walking uphill both ways and going to
Yeah,
school and no boots or anything like that.
it
So,
kind of takes away from the camaraderie, though, part of it, you know?
yeah, that's true. But it's really cool that we got North Iowa represented in this year's Hall of Fame. Witch
Yeah.
Hazel, let's go back a little bit, guys. So, when did you guys get together? What was the idea? Were you guys in high school and just said, "Hey, we got to put a band together," or what
Well,
happened?
well,
I just
basically,
moved back from Colorado not too long before then, back here into Mason City, where I was performing out there, my first band ever actually out there. And I'll let Dave go on from here.
Okay,
yes. So basically, 1990 towards in 1989, 88, me and Brent were in a band called Lex Luthor in Sioux City with actually Johnny Bolin, who is in the Hall of Fame, Tommy Bolin's brother.
yep,
He was actually the drummer of that band. Well, that band kind of went their separate ways. So I came back to Mason City, kind of with a lot more knowledge from being out on the road and stuff. And I'd known Bill. Me and Bill went to school together. I'd known Bill for many years, and decided to try to throw together a road-worthy type band, at least, if not a ballroom band, with a lot of the players from Mason City. So then we kind of came back. I got a hold of Bill. We just kind of built it from there. I got Brent to come back with me.
Hmm.
And then kind of from there, I think then we brought a guitar player back with us, but Mason City turned out to be a little bit too small for him, a guy named George Riggin.
yeah,
So then me and Mark Hessness had actually been in our first high school band together. We were actually both went to Mason City High School.
right,
Yeah, so we had a band there. So I knew Mark, and Mark had been playing all these years. Very, very good guitar player. And so basically, me and Bill reached out to Mark, and then when George left, we needed somebody else, and Mark kind of reached out to Dan, who Bill has grown up with, and we all know. I mean, we're all really tight Mason City people,
sure,
really. So we kind of just went from there. And we took off and wanted to kind of start out doing hard rock, 70s classic rock covers and 80s,
Yep.
and then we happened to hit at the right time when 90s music, the Seattle scene was starting, and we were probably the first. When you say Bill, probably the
Yeah.
first cover band around here really to pick up on the Seattle bands and add that into our set list. And that kind of really helped us take off and open us up to ballrooms,
Well,
like that.
yeah, and that point in time too, also there wasn't a lot of live music happening in Mason City, Clear Lake, North Iowa area. And we kind of brought back live music again to the area.
Yep.
those damn DJs got in the way.
Yeah.
Karaoke.
Yeah. There's a little bit of truth to that, Harry. Right?
I know. I just retired from my DJ on the road type stuff.
Yep.
last year. So I'm glad I had 42 years of that. That was a lot of fun. But I remember being on the radio giving away Witchhazel tickets, little pieces of paper, performing at whatever local club it was going on. I don't know, what venues did you guys play at a lot, mainly around here? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, well, different bars from Clear Lake, Mason City, Manly, Plymouth, and we traveled as far as up in Rochester, Minnesota, all the way down to Ottumwa, Iowa, and in between.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
And what year again did we start? What year?
About the end of 1990 is when we kind of started making the move and practicing, and going into 91 we started playing shows, and then it just took off. It really took off from there.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's fun to look back here now. I guess I'm going to jump forward just for a second here. When did you guys call it quits, I guess? Or did you?
Yeah, there's kind of a funny story to that, because we kind of called it quits around 1994, 95-ish. And then we didn't even get together, all of us, and we're all still good friends, but really none of the 5 of us been in the same room. And then 13 years later, a guy that had worked for us, all of our best friends, one of my best friends in high school, Charlie Pierce, passed away. So we decided he didn't have anything set. He was, I don't know, 40 years old, maybe 41, and he didn't have anything kind of set up for his state or anything. So we got together to play a memorial show, actually December 28th, 2007. I actually have the surf poster in my downstairs bar.
Okay.
And so we got back together to play that. We got the surf, very graciously donated the site, so we got together to do that. We basically sold out the surf after 13 years. It was amazing.
Wow.
I remember coming around the corner and telling my wife, I go, I hope there's people here. And there was cars backed up all the way past the Half Moon and down the road. I could not believe it. It was amazing. So then that kind of reinvigorated us. So then we got together and we played some shows. I don't know, probably into 2008 and a little bit into 2009, maybe, Bill, you'd say?
Okay.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, for the people that are just learning about you guys, maybe they're younger or anything like that, or heard their parents talking about you. What, who played what? Who sang? Who's the lead singer? Who played what? Drums.
All right, so Dave here played bass guitar and did some supporting vocals. I played drums, supporting vocals. Okay. Mark Hessness was one of the guitar players and also supporting vocals. Brent Evelyn, did lead vocals, and Dan Ris was the other guitar player.
Right. We're going to talk about Dan and the health of everybody here in just a little bit. I really want to bring up maybe some of the favorite stories that you guys can remember, maybe funny stories, whatever. You mentioned one already, Dave, but how about favorite stories on some of the venues, some of the fans, maybe just anything, maybe the girls.
Well,
what girls?
As far as the fan people that start following us, there were many, and they followed us to out of town, out of state, to different shows too. So I got to give kudos to our fan base. You guys are awesome.
Absolutely. So one of my favorite quick stories is we had a show in Fort Dodge, and we had a 1964 Dodge band bus, right? We had a bus before we ended up buying a van and a big trailer, and we were heading down, and for some reason I thought Fort Dodge was closer than it was. We're going down the interstate, and I usually ended up driving. Somehow these guys always kind of rooked me into that a little bit. I drove right, talking, everybody's laughing, hanging out, all excited. It's Friday, we're going down to play a whole weekend in Fort Dodge. I drove right by the exit, kept going. All of a sudden I looked at the gas gauge, and I'm going, I don't know where how much farther we are to the next exit compared to how much gas we had. So we actually ran out of gas on the interstate Friday, like 3:34 in the afternoon. So you can imagine what I-35 is like. So we ended up having to flag somebody down, go in and get gas, and them guys didn't let me forget. I bet for a year that they'd ask me, do we got enough gas? Do you know where you're turning?
Yeah.
I mean, so that's one of my favorite ones. I got a picture somewhere of me and Brent actually on the interstate pouring gas into that bus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I always remember.
you know,
the claim to fame up in Minnesota, the biker rally was one of my favorites, and that was a huge event.
yeah.
One of the ones that I didn't care for so much, we were coming back from Matumwa, and we blew out 2 dualies on the bus in a blizzard, snowstorm, stuck at the Ames rest stop with couldn't get a hold of anybody to save the world. Oh man! So we were making up games to play, and finally we connected with somebody to come down and take us to a guy who was working at a truck stop, who came and got the dualies off for us and put new tires on for us. But it was like a 6-hour or so event.
Sure. Well, the band would be complete unless you broke down somewhere.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah,
were you ever late to a gig?
Well, Brett was almost late to a few shows, but that's how lead singers are. They have that lead singer disease a little bit, right? always likes to show up at the last minute where we're all kind of wondering, are we going? And luckily, most of us could sing lead, so we could have pulled it off. But there was a lot of times where I remember, because I used to be a little more the high-strung one back then, and I remember just pacing, going, if he doesn't show up, I'm telling you guys.
Who's gonna sing?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, because I mean the background vocals are great, but come on, you gotta have the lead singer.
Yep.
Going back to when you first got together to practice and stuff, so what were some of the influences that really kind of made you guys? I know you talked about the cover stuff, but what was the early influences of getting together and playing a lot of that 70s and 80s rock?
We had a wide diversity of songs. For instance, I have a song list still of all the different songs we had throughout the Witchhazel time period. Sure. And there's over 150 covers and then a few originals, including that. Everything from Red Hot Chili Peppers to Black Crowes to Steve Miller Band to Pearl Jam to
Ozzy to The Cult. I mean, just we because we all grew up on the same music that you grew up on, Harry, really, that we all grew up on. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge variety.
What was the big song you ended with? What was your big finale?
Well, that
Radar Love was one.
Radar Love. We always look for like bigger ones. Oh, my light just went off in my office. I might have to run over and flag it. Yeah.
Lights went out.
Yeah, Foghat, I Just Want to Make Love to You. We ended with that one a lot. Just depended. And I will just be right back because I'm in the dark.
Okay. Well, we can see you yet. I just want you to know.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
We can actually see you, so don't worry about it.
Well, that's more rock and roll anyway, isn't it?
It is.
Well, exactly. Yeah. old rock star is a king. Pay the electric bill. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Sound loud. Yeah. So, I guess did you have I'm sure you played a lot of Friday and Saturday gigs, sometimes probably at the same venues. Did you have any of those holiday weekends where you literally played somewhere on Friday and Saturday and then Sunday night, going into a holiday? I mean, I don't know, how many shows in a row did you do sometimes?
Well, we played, one of the places we played quite a bit for a while was the Country Crossroads in Manly, kind of turned over to rock. So we'd play Saturday, Sundays, then we would kind of sponsor a jam session. Mm-hmm. So there'd be like 2 sets of people coming up and jam and open jam, local bands. We always wanted to promote the kids coming up at the time, even though we were kind of still kids then. Yeah. So then Sundays we would do that, and then we also played some week-long shows like the Runway down in Des Moines and some places like that, where we did like a Tuesday through Saturday, Wednesday through Saturday, but we didn't do too many of them. It was mostly Friday, Saturdays.
Holidays were our big payday, though. We'd always play on like Halloween's and New Year's Eves and book someplace, and we would take the door money and they'd pay us some. So it was a big payday for us usually. Yep.
Crossroads is such a cool place. It was such a good venue to go to and stuff. And of course, you played a lot of KC Halls and Elks Club and all that. Did you guys ever do any weddings or anything like that?
No,
never did. It was just
a lot of benefits, but no weddings.
Okay, a lot of the concert type stuff. Did you ever get to open for anybody that's pseudo big to huge or anything like that?
Well, I tell you what broke us in the ball. We're not really big for national wise, but to be honest, the Litter Band, who we're great friends with, we opened up for them, and they really did that because they knew that we were good enough to be playing ballrooms.
Sure.
So they really kicked open the doors for us to play ballrooms. I mean, we ended up playing the Surf a few times. We ended up playing Modders over in Decorah, Fox
Yep.
Lake
Lake.
Ballroom
Yep.
up in Minnesota. Yeah. So,
Yep.
but anytime we got a chance to open up for them, even though we got to the point where probably we didn't need to be, we loved it because it was almost like a big family when we hung out with the Litterers, you know.
Yeah.
Good people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, great
That's great.
family.
And they just got inducted here a few years ago. And
Yep.
we still to this day play Litter on the Fox.
Oh yeah,
About
I've heard
Yep.
that.
Yep.
And in fact, when Brent Estlund kind of moved on from playing in Litter as a lead guitar player, Mark actually went and played guitar for the Litter band for 2 or 3 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this will date you. I had Litterer play at one of my proms. And
Yeah, that's a ways back.
it was so funny because I remember looking at the gal I was with at the time. I said, "This is not even a dance. This is a concert." And
Oh
it was
yeah.
prom. Here we are in all in tuxes and everything else, and we're jamming out, and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, yep.
Yeah.
I kind of remember them. So my dad played in bands. He used to play at the Stagecoach and places like that. And I actually remember they were the Litter Brothers band when they first started out. It was just the boys themselves.
Okay.
Before they got bigger and ended up playing your prom.
Maybe.
I guess they started
Yeah.
out country. I guess they started out country, as a matter of fact, in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And I know the whole White Lion story and all that.
Yeah,
And they battle for the Atlantic label and stuff, So pretty cool stuff here. And we're talking to Witchhazel here, being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this August, 30th, 31st?
29th through the 31st.
31st, yeah. It's on that Sunday afternoon. We're going to be able to share the stage and tell stories. I know I have a couple of stories that I'm going to share as well when I get up there and stuff. It's just hard to believe. Never would have believed that. I mean, take yourselves back to 1990 and knowing that you're going to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Wow.
That's so good. I mean, and then another surprise that a lot of people maybe don't know, we're going to be in the Library of Congress.
Oh, really?
Did you know that? Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
You'll get to take your grandkids to the Library of Congress and say, "Here you go, kids. There's Grandpa. Here you go, Witchhazel."
Wow. Will that be cryovac version or?
That I don't know. I don't know. Well, what are you guys, Bill? Let's start with you. What can you tell us what everybody's doing now? What are they doing here in 2025?
Well, I'm still currently playing here and there with a band called Flyer, Pat Cordell and Dan Heine, and was Dan Ris. So we're going to have to replace him now. Also, a guy named Pat O'Neill was a guitarist for us, but he's a pilot for American Airlines. So depending on what his schedule is, and we can work around that. But
sure.
So I've continued playing music as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Other than that, various jobs. Just ended a 7-year career with Menards. And
you mean you've been wearing a Menards smock and I didn't even know who you were?
Building materials, yes, sir.
Jeez. Okay, now I know. I'm not gonna look for you now. That's right. How about you, Dave? What are you doing now?
Well, so I work here in Mesa City, a local manufacturer. Brent's working here in Mesa City. Mark actually is a electronic engineer, and he started here years ago, and he now is down in Davenport. So basically working, all doing family stuff. I was playing me and Brent were in a band up to a few years ago. In fact, we played right outside of your guys' studio for Ragbri.
Okay.
I
remember that.
Yeah. Yep.
I do remember that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
They sounded awesome. They were
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. We weren't too bad for a bunch of old dudes, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
All that fun racket out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Mark is really starting out on the solo path. He does one-man acoustic stuff at like tap houses and stuff, but he actually now just recorded his first full-length CD.
Yeah.
So we're all still very active in playing up, so music is an integral part of all of our lives still.
Did both of you, were you able to influence your kids? I don't know if you got kids, grandkids, or anything like that, but do they pick up any instruments at all or get involved?
Well, my son has inspirations to be a rapper. He's 16 years old right now. And hey, I have my feelings about that, but yeah, I told him I'd lay him down some drum samples even.
Yeah, why not? What the heck?
Yep.
Yeah. So actually what's funny is my dad was a bass player. Played in weekend bands every single weekend because you could back in the 70s. So both of my sons are actually really good bass players and musicians. They don't really play with anybody. They do a lot of recording stuff, but they could. They're actually both of them are probably a little more technically proficient than I am. I just have more experience and more feel. But yeah, so yeah, I pass that bug along to them for sure.
Sure. Well, that leads us to Dan Ris. Now, something's been going on with his health recently. Let's get into that a little bit because I know you guys have started a GoFundMe page to help out. But tell us a story. What's going on with Dan?
Well, so Dan had 2 strokes and 2 brain bleeds and was taken up to the Mayo Clinic. And this was probably about 3.5 weeks ago. And so a stroke on each side of his brain. So there isn't going to be any rewiring back. He can't speak right now. He can only move his right arm. And I can't imagine what kind of a torment that would be to know what's going on around you, but not be able to communicate. So he's home for hospice right now. And so it's only a matter of maybe another week or so. And yeah, it's bittersweet, let me tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell us about the GoFundMe page. What's going on with all that?
So if basically anybody wants to go, you can find Dan's page on Facebook, Dan Ris, DAN, obviously RISH, under his own personal Facebook. His daughter has set up a GoFundMe page to help with basically his estate finances that he's going to need. So if you go right there, you can't miss it. You can link right to GoFundMe. You can go ahead and donate. And Dan has been a working musician his whole life.
Yeah.
So unlike some of us that have had jobs and have like retirement kind of built up some things like that, Dan didn't have anything. Dan was really solely dedicated his life to music, very much so. So any help anybody can give, we really appreciate. It's really, I mean, me and Bill are holding it together right now in front of you, but it's very heartbreaking for us because I mean the 5 of us have been through so much and have always been friends that it's just like, I mean, we are really like brothers. We love each other. We hate each other sometimes, but we're at the end of the day, we're brothers. And it's really sad to see. So if anybody can help pitch in for any of that, we would very much appreciate it. Yes.
Well, if you guys do any benefits or anything like that, I don't know if there's been talk about getting together to have some music or
there is.
Okay, that the band
there is, and that's possibly going to happen August 23rd.
Okay.
Pat O'Neill's been in touch, and Cordell and Heine and Dave and all, anybody who wants to come. It's going to be more of an open jam benefit.
Sure.
We'll start out the show, of course, whoever, and yeah.
Well,
and 23rd, and we're thinking like I think the VFW is open here in town, or maybe at the lake, but I'll have more information on that soon.
Never know. Maybe your friends in Litterer, even
a
couple of those guys get back together.
That would be awesome.
I can see an open jam type thing. I really can.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making some phone calls, and it'll be a heck of a show because a lot of good musicians will show up. I'm gonna come play a lot that night. So
okay,
that's gonna be it's the best way to remember them, right?
Yeah. And a week before, you guys get inducted.
Yep.
Basically. So
no, it would be a week before that.
That's what I mean. A week before, right? Yeah. August. What did you say?
23rd. We're planning 23rd, on.
Yeah. Well, definitely. Well, send whatever information you can to me, and I'll let the audience know as well. And
we appreciate that.
Yeah. Sad to hear, and of course, it goes without saying that not all of you will be able to be there. But will 4 of you be able to be there to accept the award?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I believe we're gonna have one of Dan's sons probably get up and accept his award for him.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, he's planning on it.
Oh, I forgot the obvious question. At the event itself in Arnold's Park, do you get to play at all through the weekend?
Well, we were planning on it, but with Brent not being able to sing for one, and Dan's situation now, I don't know if that's going to happen. What I'm trying to line up right now is an old performance live with Litterer when we opened up for him in Charles City for the annual 4th of July party they'd have. And if I could bring a couple live songs from that DVD to start out the concert that night and to represent what we were, that would be awesome, if anything else.
Can we still hear Witchhazel music? And how would we do that?
I don't know what we got. That's something that Bill would Bill's got our archives really, Mark, a little bit. Bill has our video archives.
Okay.
I probably could pull some clips off and put them up on the Witch Hazel Facebook page, which is something we probably should do. Really thinking about it, that's actually not a bad idea. Thanks, Harry. You just helped us out.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go. I would
Oh, we
love
can
to.
definitely do that for
If
sure.
you got a couple of good, clean cuts, I'd like to be able to, even play some.
That would be awesome.
On the Fox, yeah. So I don't care if they're covers or not.
Do you know anybody who does like professional audio video work in the area that I could have them pull a few songs off of a DVD? And
Well, you never know. Maybe the Higgins boys. I don't know. I'm
All
sure
right.
you know
Oh,
Don,
yeah.
Don
Yep.
and Dennis Higgins.
Very well.
They were into the Hall of Fame, I want to say, a couple years ago. So,
Yep.
and by the way, if I can toot our foxhorn here, not myself, but our foxhorn, we're going to be the only radio station in Iowa that has 4 Hall of Famers in it. Started with the Mad Hatter, then it was Randy Chesterman,
Yeah.
and then Bruce Wassinius here a few years ago,
Yep.
and now yours truly. So
All
I had
right.
to get,
That
I
was
had to get to the
incredible.
rock
That's
stuff.
awesome.
For me to get-
That's hey, well deserved. So
Yep.
give us a chance to interview you about this, Harry. How do you feel about being inducted?
Well, the first thing I said when somebody called me and said, I said, really? Then pause, and then I said, why? What I didn't know is, and I guess I've been to the Hall of Fame inductions before. I was there for Randy and in Bruce, because I've always been good friends with Randy, and then Bruce, of course, he was one of the guys that I brought back after I came here in 2016. And I did not know that they only choose one DJ, I guess, out of the whole state. So
All right.
that was, so it's very humbling.
Yep.
It makes this whole kid mind of mine that wanted to be a DJ when I was 13 years old, practicing on a Panasonic and a Magnavox radio turntable combination thing, and I was practicing what I thought was the coolest thing about listening to radio is how the DJ could always stop talking before the vocals come in. So I didn't know what a ramp was, but that's what I taught myself, how to talk up a ramp.
Yeah.
On songs. I was mimicking the DJ is what I did, and I was doing that at 13 and 14, and was able to do some part-time work at a radio station in Osage, where I went to school.
Yep.
And I was there when I was 15, and I used my school permit to drive there.
We won't tell anybody.
No, won't tell anybody at all. Yeah. So that word will get around fast now. It's like, oh, we're gonna come get you now. Yeah. So 45 years later, here I am, and I want to get 50 in. I mean, I got 5 more years to say that I've been doing it for 50 years. Never would have thought. I mean, I have a ton of friends that only, that probably have had 5, 6, 8, 10 jobs all their life, and I've done one thing all my life, and for that I feel extremely grateful. That I've been able to make it, and I got through. Got my youngest son through med school on a DJ's salary, so
Nice.
I still don't know how the hell we did that, but we did.
Yeah, let's just take the word music, for instance. I mean, the only universal language.
Yes.
How powerful is that?
Yeah.
For me, it runs deep because it's been my lifeline at one time in my life, and also a platform for me to meet and get to know some really awesome people.
Yeah. Did you guys get to meet any famous rock stars at all? Did you ever?
Not in Witch Hazel band, but one of my bands after, I played with Richie DeLuna, who's in the Hall of Fame, and Jeff Dustin in a band called Bone Daddy. And we opened up for Molly Hatchet over at the lake.
Yep.
And also Jimmy Van Zant band.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I got to play on Artemis Pyle's drum set. They told me after the fact, which I thought was pretty awesome.
That's cool.
That is awesome. Yeah. How about you, Dave?
Yeah, so I've been in a few original bands, did all original music. So I played in Des Moines a lot. So I've met all the guys in Slipknot. I know all of them. And I've met through the years, I met like the guys from Black Oak, Arkansas. I've some of them really, and some other bands like Sister Hazel. Met some of them because I know people that had worked for them. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've met a few too. Yeah.
And speaking of Slipknot, I want to say that one of the guys just proposed to Ozzy's daughter.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Sid did. Sid Wilson.
Which mask is he?
Yeah.
Which number or mask is he?
Oh.
I don't know. But I heard she was living in Iowa they've been
She is.
together. Yeah, they've been together for a long time, and
for a while.
She's been an Iowa girl, I guess.
Culture shock for her.
Yeah, I'm sure a little different than England. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
That's great. Well, how fun is it to be able to look at all this? I mean, it's one thing to get the honorable, trophy, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Just to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I got to say something that I never would have, I really didn't care what music I was playing when I was a kid, and I never got to play rock music. A lot of people always ask, why did you make the jump, 9 years ago or whatever, because you were 31 years at a pop station, and then you are here now. And it's like, I always loved rock. I was a rock and roll dude. I was a huge Kiss fan. My bedroom was filled with Kiss posters and Farrah Fawcett posters.
Yep.
That's all I like, guys. Farrah and Kiss. That's all I cared about.
There's nothing wrong with either one of them. I was a card carrying member of the Kiss Army, so I'm right with you. Yep.
Yeah. And today it's so different. I think of the young people that want to get into this stuff. And man, it's wouldn't you say, would you guys agree with me? I think it's difficult to get in, because the money, you got to go, do gigs. I mean, that's the only way you're going to make it, or you can't really sell your stuff. You can get a Spotify account and get its stuff on there. And, I grew up in a time where radio made the hits. I mean, radio is what, I don't care what genre you were represented, but radio was the reason why you became popular.
Right.
And then we played your stuff, and then and you get it on a rotation, and that's what made people go to the record store to buy the record or the tape or whatever. And nowadays, that's why, when Gene Simmons says rock is dead, I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Because he took a lot of heat for that comment, but it's like I knew what he was talking about. Because in fact, I just watched it again the other day. He says, name the biggest band you can think of since 92. And they mean that literally made what they did in the 70s and 80s, even 60s for anything.
Right.
Yep. I can definitely see that.
Yeah. You guys got young people coming up and asking for advice and stuff? I mean.
I get sometimes, we were talking about age-wise now. Well,
yeah.
I've run into some younger kids, whether it be at work or just out and about, and go, hey, my grandma has your poster on the wall still.
Yep. I've actually gotten that same thing. I've got that same exact thing said.
So yeah.
That's pretty cool. I saw your Facebook page. What year was that the band was? You guys were pretty young then.
So
was that right in 90 or 91 when you started, or what?
91 was that picture. I plan on scanning in some other ones because those are some of our poster pictures actually that local guy did for us.
Steve, shout out to Steve.
Yep, but that one, that particular one was our first big poster that we put out. Budweiser sponsored us K-Brick for years.
Sure. Yep.
So basically we did our posters through them. So yeah, but that one there, that's the first one. That's the one we kind of picked for our photo to go in there. And we were, 24, 25, 26. Brent probably 23. Yeah. Wow. Long time ago.
Go ahead. So here's my future plan, Harry. So sometime after the induction and all that, it'll be a few months after that, of course, but I'm moving to Thailand. I'm going to start a band there because it's like Vegas there in Pattaya downtown or in Bangkok downtown with all genre of musics playing live all down the, Main Street or all over the place. Live music is really happening in Thailand.
I have a buddy that found his wife there, and he told me, I said, what was Thailand like? He goes, it's cheap.
Oh, yeah, that is for sure. 33-1 ratio.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable.
Yeah. Real food.
Yeah.
The culture's awesome. It's beautiful. You know, yeah.
Are all you guys married in the band? Everybody married?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No.
Right.
I was with the same woman for 31 years, but
okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, did you meet your wife on the road? Did you get...
so to speak, but it was in Manly. She came up to see us in Manly with one of her cousins or something, and that's how that went. But
okay, so we're kind of sort of I married the band.
But I do have a special girl that can't wait to go see again. I went there for vacation to Thailand. That's how I first experienced it a while back, and yeah, and she's a special person to me. So we'll see what happens there.
Right. Everybody else married? Dave?
Yeah, Brett's not married, but they might as well be. They've been together for 6, 7, 8 years now. But yeah, yep.
Okay, out of all the guys, who had the most kids?
Me.
Brent.
You?
No, I don't know. It's close.
Brent's got his own little league team and girls volleyball team, I think.
Oh, jeez. He's got a whole team.
You know what? I think he has me by 1.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah.
I think he has me by 1. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
That's great. No grandkids yet for everybody?
Yes, 3 of them.
Yep.
Three of them. Okay.
From my daughter. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I have 1.
And Harry, one of them grandkids, the oldest one, my daughter, is 1 year older than my son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I
started early and I started late, Harry.
Way to go, Bill. That's right.
Yeah.
That's why he goes by Bill Steven here.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he's got to be a little more quiet.
And if I go to England and talk to one of the Osborns, it'll be William Steven.
William Steven. Exactly. William Steven. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's going to be a lot of fun to see you guys here in about, a little over a month at the time of this recording anyway. And I'm going to get this to you as well. You can share it on your social medias and everyone else. It's just been great I think it's so awesome that we can be represented in this area, for the state of Iowa and the Library of Congress now too. So,
wow.
Yeah, one last shout out to our fallen brother, Dan Ris. What a guitar player. Sang very good also. But yeah, his whole life he was playing. He started probably in junior high with like the Gray James band and stuff like that and touring with them. And so he'll be truly missed, and he was a big influence on me personally.
Well, let's keep in touch. Anything I can do to help you guys promote, any benefit or anything like that for Dan, just let me know on all that.
Appreciate that.
How about you, Dave? Any parting thoughts before you guys get this award?
Well, I definitely want to say, because Brent really didn't want to do this because he doesn't talk as well. You can't hear him as well, but he just wanted me to let everybody know that he really appreciates all the support we've had over the years.
Yeah.
He loves all of you. Really excited as well. I know Mark as well feels the same way. So we're just really looking forward to it. We really feel honored. It's great to be remembered for something that we thought was a very special time for us.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm so excited because there's a big North Iowa representation. So Larry Rubish was originally from Mason City. He's going in. Kenny Kugel played with the Mud Puppies, North Iowa musician. Yep. We have the only DJ pick this year, Mr. Harry O, going in with us. Tori Stofferegan's from Shell Rock. He's actually a great guitar player. Last band he played in was Enough's Enough. Great, been around forever. So we're finally getting a little more of the North Iowa contingent in, which I'd like to see. And I think there's some other ones that need to be in there. So hopefully we can help promote that as now being part of the Hall of Fame.
Well, I guess we had some talent, didn't we, up here?
I got to also mention a special thanks to Roger Shinigal, who's on the board. Yep. I played rugby with Roger, and he was an important part in us getting into. So
rugby? Gosh, Bill, what didn't you do?
Anything they told me I couldn't.
That old Todd Rundgren song, banging the drum all day, I guess makes you just do all kinds of things, doesn't it?
Yep.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yep.
Well, it's great to have, you guys and all that you mentioned here from North Iowa that's going to be represented here. And we're just going to have a good old fun North Iowa party down in Arnold's Park, I guess.
Yeah, we will.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
hey, to see you there.
Yep.
That's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you so much for having us on, Harry. We
Yep.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it so much. All right. Rock on, guys. All right. And we'll
Yep.
talk to you soon.
Larry, we'll talk to you.
Okay.
All right. Dave, we'll talk to you soon.